Spark plugs are responsible for igniting the air-fuel mixture in your engine's combustion chamber, creating the explosion that powers your car. Without spark plugs, your engine wouldn't run. Good spark plugs ensure smooth engine performance, good fuel efficiency, and reduced emissions. However, when spark plugs are faulty, worn out, or damaged, they can cause a range of issues, from poor acceleration to difficulty starting your car. This is why keeping your spark plugs in good condition is crucial for the overall health and performance of your vehicle. In this video, we'll break down the common symptoms of faulty spark plugs, how you can diagnose a faulty spark plug, and how to fix them. We'll cover two approaches to fixing each diagnosed spark plug fault. First will be the cleaning, and second will be the replacement. Finally, we will round up with some common mistakes to avoid when replacing spark plugs. So, how does spark plug work? Spark plugs are an essential part of your engine's ignition system. They sit in the cylinder head where they create a spark to ignite the air-fuel mixture in gasoline engines. This ignition generates a small explosion which pushes the piston down and powers the engine. This process happens thousands of times per minute as you drive, ensuring your car runs smoothly and efficiently. Now, what are the common symptoms of a faulty spark plug? When your car's spark plugs start to wear out or fail, it can lead to a variety of problems that affect how your engine performs. 1. Engine misfires. A faulty spark plug causes an engine to misfire as it fails to ignite the air-fuel mixture in the cylinder, either due to weak sparks, delayed ignition, or no spark at all. This results in incomplete combustion, leaving unburned fuel and disrupting the engine's power output, causing a misfire. You'll notice stuttering or loss of power during acceleration or while driving. 2. Rough idling. If your car shakes or vibrates while sitting still and you hear irregular engine sounds, this is rough idling. A damaged or dirty spark plug cannot provide a consistent spark, disrupting the combustion cycle. This uneven firing causes vibrations and erratic noises when idling. 3. Difficulty starting the engine. A weak spark from the spark plug can prevent the fuel-air mixture from igniting properly, causing longer cranking times or even preventing the engine from starting. Cold weather amplifies this issue as colder temperatures make it harder for the fuel-air mixture to ignite, and worn spark plugs make it worse. 4. Reduced fuel economy. Faulty spark plugs lead to incomplete combustion, causing the engine to burn more fuel than necessary to maintain power. This results in lower miles per gallon, or MPG, and more frequent trips to the gas station, even with no changes to driving habits. 5. Poor acceleration or throttle response. A delay in the combustion process caused by faulty spark plugs means the engine doesn't respond quickly or smoothly when you press the gas pedal. You might feel a delay or jerk when trying to accelerate quickly, such as when merging onto the highway or overtaking another vehicle. 6. Check engine light display on the dashboard. Most cars today have sensors that monitor engine performance. When a spark plug misfires or fails, the onboard computer picks it up and triggers the check engine light. The codes often associated with spark plug faults and cylinder misfires include the P030X series, where X is the cylinder number, such as P0301 for cylinder 1, P0302 for cylinder 2, P0303 for cylinder 3, and so on. 7. Unusual sounds. Faulty spark plugs can lead to strange engine noises like popping, knocking, or pinging. These sounds often occur because the combustion process isn't happening at the right time or evenly across all cylinders. If the spark isn't consistent or strong enough, combustion may occur too early or too late, throwing off the engine's timing and creating these noises. 8. Decreased power output. If your car feels sluggish or struggles to climb hills or tow heavy items despite pressing the gas pedal, worn spark plugs could be the cause. Spark plugs are essential for generating the energy that powers your engine. When they fail, the engine can't produce the required torque, leading to noticeable power loss. How to diagnose faulty spark plugs? Diagnosing faulty spark plugs is simple with the right tools. You will need a spark plug socket, a gap gauge, and a multimeter. Begin by removing each spark plug and visually inspecting it for damage. Look for signs like black carbon buildup, which indicates incomplete combustion, or oily residue, which could signal oil leaks. Also, check for cracks or worn electrodes, as these weaken the spark. Next, test the spark plug's functionality. Use a multimeter to measure resistance. Healthy plugs typically read between 4,000 and 8,000 ohms. Alternatively, a spark plug tester can confirm whether the plug generates a strong, consistent spark when connected to the ignition wire. If the spark plug shows physical damage, high resistance, or fails the spark test, replace it to restore your engine's performance. There are two main approaches to fixing faulty spark plugs: cleaning and replacement. Cleaning is the most viable option if the spark plugs are simply fouled with carbon buildup or oil residue. However, if the spark plugs are cracked, corroded, or have worn out electrodes, replacement is necessary. First, locate the spark plugs, usually on the top or side of the engine. You may need to remove engine parts like engine covers, air intake parts, or coils to access them. Please check your vehicle's manual for details on where to find the spark plugs for your specific vehicles if it is not located on top or by the side of the engine. Now, for this process, you'll need a spark plug socket, typically 5/8 inch or 13/16 inch, a ratchet wrench, an extension bar for hard-to-reach plugs, and a torque wrench for proper tightening. Once you have access to the spark plugs, start by removing the ignition wires or coil packs gently to avoid damage. Use the spark plug socket and ratchet to turn the spark plug counterclockwise to loosen it. Apply even pressure, avoiding excessive force. Once loose, carefully remove the spark plug. A wire brush helps remove surface dirt, carbon buildup, and debris. Scrub the spark plug gently. Alternatively, use a spark plug cleaner or blaster, which uses compressed air to clean off stubborn carbon deposits. After cleaning, visually inspect the spark plug for any damage or excessive wear. If it has cracks, heavy corrosion, or is excessively worn, replacement is necessary, as cleaning cannot fix these issues. Follow the same steps as cleaning for removing the old spark plugs, but this time you'll be installing new ones. Before installing the new plugs, check the gap, the space between the center electrode and the ground electrode. This is crucial for ignition efficiency. Use a spark plug gap tool to measure and adjust the gap if needed. You can find the recommended gap in your vehicle's manual or on the spark plug packaging. If the gap is too wide or narrow, adjust it using the gap tool until it matches the manufacturer's specifications. Insert the new spark plug into the socket and gently thread it into the hole by hand. This prevents cross-threading. Once seated, use the ratchet wrench to tighten it, following the manufacturer's torque specification. You can find this in your manual. Avoid over-tightening, as it can damage the threads or spark plug. A torque wrench can ensure the correct pressure. Lastly, here are the common mistakes to avoid when replacing a damaged spark plug. Cross-threading, ensure the spark plug goes in straight. If it feels tough to thread, stop and realign it, never force it. Over-tightening. Tightening too much can strip threads or break the plug. Stick to the recommended torque, ignoring the gap. Not checking the gap can lead to poor performance. Always verify it matches the specifications. Forgetting to replace ignition wires. If you removed ignition wires or coils, reconnect them correctly to avoid misfires. Check your spark plug gaps regularly. Spark plugs can lose their gap over time due to wear or deposits. Use a spark plug gap tool to check the gap during each replacement or when troubleshooting issues. Ensure it matches your vehicle's specifications for the best performance. Use high-quality fuel to prevent buildup. Low-quality or contaminated fuel can lead to excessive carbon buildup on your spark plugs. Use high-quality fuel and consider using fuel additives that clean the combustion chamber to minimize deposits and extend the life of your spark plugs. Adhere to manufacturer-recommended replacement schedules. Spark plugs don't last forever. Most vehicles require new spark plugs every 30,000 to 100,000 miles, depending on the type of spark plug. Always follow your vehicle's recommended replacement schedule to avoid performance issues and prevent premature engine wear. And that's a wrap for this video. Now, if you like videos like this, then check out our other video here, where we talk about the symptoms, causes, and fixes for a bad EGR valve. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.